I was reflecting on that kind of iconic, but iconic in a bad way, image of the guy standing on the car waving the Mexican flag. And I'm thinking to myself, your objection appears to be that you are being forcibly deported to Mexico. And yet, in waving this flag, what you're telling us is that your loyalties are with Mexico, which presumably would mean you would be very happy to be dispatched to this place to which you have this undying allegiance. And yet, here you are using that flag as a kind of almost weapon or totem of resistance against the United States, a country that you don't seem to identify with, and yet you're determined to stay here. How do you make sense of this sort of peculiar ideology in which you want to be in one country but declare your allegiances to another?
So this is actually a strange dichotomy. Like this doesn't actually have the level of opposition we might think, because in some ways, the American narrative that is often presented by the left works hand in hand with this. So a lot of us have said that America is just this melting pot. It's not a real nation like other nations are. It's this economic zone, or this place where we have these like abstract principles. And once you're in the United States, you kind of believe these things, or you just happen to be participating in the economy, and you'll eventually become an American. But that's not actually the case. The nation is its people. The nation's values travel with the people themselves. And for many of these people, they might be in the United States, but they are forever going to be Mexican or Guatemalan or Venezuelan. Their nation is the people, and the nation goes wherever the people go. So if Mexico is in the United States, then the United States becomes Mexico. There are, of course, immigrants who are interested in coming in and assimilating, but the key there is always the individual effort of the immigrant, along with the fact that they are required to assimilate to something. The United States is first and foremost an Anglo-Protestant nation. Now, there are many people who are not Anglo or Protestant who join in and become part of that history and meld in, become part of that tradition. But if you are coming in with large numbers of people from a culture or a religion that does not believe in those values, and you stay in those neighborhoods, you never learn the language, you always get jobs from people inside that society, you never really have to step outside of that culture, then there is no assimilation. And of course, you're going to think of this more as a conquest by your country rather than you melding into the country that is actually giving you all these things that you think you deserve.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.